So runtime polymorphism uh, we can achieve by using the method overriding, right? So last session we have taken the method overriding methods in the derived classes, but method overriding related methods we have derived from the abstract methods, right? Abstract methods. Now in this session what we can do, right, we will take the virtual methods in the base classes, and then we will override those virtual methods into the derived classes. Okay, so generally what is the virtual method? Generally virtual method we are going to define in the non abstract classes. Okay, so we won't define the abstract classes virtual methods, we are going to define it under the non abstract classes. Okay, so what, so virtual method also it's give the defined in the base class, that is marked with the virtual keyword. Okay, so we are going to define the virtual method with the virtual keyword, and it can be overridden in the derived classes, I mean child classes, to provide the different kind of implementations. So this concept let's implement into the one program. So in the last class we have designed the runtime polymorphism by using the abstract class with the abstract method. So these methods we have override into the derived classes, right? So now what we can do, right, let's design the one normal class with the virtual methods, and then we will override those virtual methods into the derived classes. So for that, let me prepare the one more file, C# file, under the polymorphism folder only here. Okay, I'm going to control C, control V here, just copy and paste here, and I'm going to rename this one with the runtime with the virtual keyword. I'm saying that virtual. Okay, runtime with virtual. Okay, so same program I'm taking here. So runtime polymorphism here, right? So let's say namespace again with virtual, I'm adding that some extra keyword here. Okay, so now we are discussing the normal classes. So once I'm going to remove the abstract keyword near class, you see that I'm getting the some compile time error near at the line number 12. Okay, so here you see here. So what it is saying that abstract, the employee calculate salary is abstract, but it is contain the non-abstract type employee. So we should not design the abstract methods into the non-abstract classes. Here let's remove this abstract. Okay, now again back to here, I wanted to make this method as a virtual method so that I can override into the derived classes, right? So for that I have to design with this virtual keyword. That's it. Okay, so now virtual keyword, once you are going to design with the class, I mean method, you should implement some logic over here. Okay, so virtual methods always expect this some kind of implementation. So abstract methods, you no need to implement any methods, any implementations, whereas virtual method we have to implement some logic. So as of now some logic in the sense what I'm deciding in the sense. So let me copy the hourly work and hourly rate whatever I have implemented, just I'm going to implement over here. Okay, keep in mind I'm dealing with the virtual method which is under the employee base class. Okay, so let me copy this one and paste here. Okay, and then let me return this one here. Okay, so now this virtual method which is returning to the hours work and hours rate under the calculate salary. Now back to here line number 31. Okay, so same override method again, so you no need to change anything. In case if you are not override this method here, one the difference is that you won't get the any compile time issue. Okay, so there is up to your choice, that is the only difference. So once virtual method is decide in the base class, that's up to your choice that whether do you want to override the method or not. That's completely optional, you won't get any compile time error. Okay, but I wanted to override this method. Okay, so I want to override method this one. And coming to the line number 31 here, instead of the hours worked and hourly rate, I'm going to write down like this: base dot calculate salary. So here base is nothing but that is the employee. Okay, so here base which is nothing but that is nothing but employee here. So I'm taking the calculate salary from here. That's it. Okay, so here also coming to the contract employee, let me remove this. Here also I'm taking the base dot calculate salary again. That's it. Here also I just want to return the some base dot calculate salary here. Just I want to do like this here. Okay, now here coming to the main thread, you no need to do the any changes here, as it is. You can leave here. Okay, you don't need to do any changes over here, not required. So anyway, we are going to call the calculate salary from the permanent employee, calculate salary from the contract employee. So if you want to call the calculate salary from the freelancer, yes, you can call. So let me copy here and paste here this code. Let's say I'm going to say that employee 3. Okay, here and let me say that Peter, and uh, here employee 3. Fine. So this is the way I have designed the freelancer. So before that, first of all, it should be the freelancer, right? Freelancer. Now here, this is not a virtual method. I can say display details anyway. This is the normal method, right? So here I could say this is not a virtual method, and this is the virtual method, right? Like this. Okay, so now execute this program. So before that, let's this program as a startup object. Let me put the breakpoint here again. So again, if you mouse over here, if you see that employee 1, which refer to the employee, okay, before debug the code, and let's see after the debug, I mean at the runtime. So F10, and you see that line number 67 again, employee 1, which is refer to the permanent employee. Now again F10, F10, F10. If you do the calculate salary, if I'm going to press F11, it's going to the again permanent employee, so that you can see the base salary. What is the base salary of this permanent employee? So same result set. Okay, so now we can achieve the runtime polymorphism by using the override methods as well. Okay, these virtual methods we are uh, we are overriding under the derived classes.